I saw a new theory posted on the Adventure Time Theory Reddit, posted by Reckless Rob, and it was so good I had to share this. So here we go. So before we start this ordeal, this is a work in progress. It is also not to be taken as certain and a perfect theory. It is one I have constructed based on what we have been allowed to have in episodes and such, and is open to all trains of thought. That being said, let us begin. First, we will start in the vault. In the vault, we were shown what was or is described as past lives of Finn. Now, before we discredit the idea of past lives, we also know based on the Season 6 finale that Finn is something of another nature, almost godly, and was given the choice to follow this line of thinking by the newest Catalyst comet or to stay on the Earth. That said, these things could also be purely symbols of a way for his human brain to comprehend his nature as a powerful entity. This can somewhat be proven by his issue with opening his vault. When Jake asked him to dig into it, consciously he expressed a very aggressive no that even Jake backed down from. The order of the images is important as well. We noticed Shoko was after the pink goo he saw. Save this for later. Let us begin with the comet. After speaking with the purple Catalyst comet, it's come to light that he is, in fact, almost otherworldly, and very much represents the comet coming to Earth, and with each comet comes an event of change. Second, the butterfly. It's his astral beast, and it's also a powerful symbol. One that across the world in various regions represents many things, such as resurrection, hope, change, life, endurance, and even the soul. Many things that were lost post-Mushroom War events. Third, we saw what appeared to be an unknown and seemingly different colored pink goo on a sort of blue crystal environment. We know at some point, pink goo was discovered, and it shown in Simon and Marcy to begin to develop sentient life by the soup scene. Lastly, we are given Shoko, and with Shoko, we are given an actual story and some meaning and origins to the Candy Kingdom, as well as the Gumball Guardians and an amulet that has immense power to grant life to the machines and possibly other things. This brings about my latest conclusion. These images were ways for Finn to handle and comprehend the fact of how much change and life he brought with him as a Catalyst comet. The comet being his original past life, being the deity he could have been. The butterfly being a symbol of the hope, change, and life he was bringing with him as a result of the Earth being decimated by the Mushroom Wars. The pink goo is what the comet brought to start the origins of new life, like in many science theories about life beginning from single-cell organisms and slime-like creatures. And Shoko being an individual that he either had incarnated himself or designed to steal the amulet from a blossoming and up-and-coming bubblegum and Candy Kingdom to keep her from using it to bring to life too many powerful things like the Gumball Guardians and inevitably letting the toxic effect of power corrupt the land. This may be why the past must be reconciled with. Perhaps he is playing with that aspect, and fate of letting her choose for herself had been bothering him for too long, thus why he decided, after seeing the kind of individual over the years she had become and stayed as, forced him to hand it back over, entrusting her with that power again. Let it also be noted that in Astral Plane, GGGG points out that is it not enough to have created something amazing? After Finn asks if birth is the most creative force, everything else must be just a disappointment. This could be why Finn chose to stay with Earth instead of leaving with the Purple Comet entity. Because after talking to GGGG and watching him sacrifice himself to seemingly save Mars, he realized how many times he's come to the aid of the Earth since bringing the new life to it. the Lich, for example, and that his purpose is better served where he is, where he helps to bring life, hope, and creation to, rather than to leave it to its own devices and be a god. But it begs the thought, outside of Martin, why is Finn the only human? Well, it's thought, at least within most realms, humans are one of the only soul-bearing things. Finn, being the Catalyst Comet and being human, gave the newly brought to Earth beginnings of life a way to have morals and a way to have emotion and all the things that culminate into being human, but also allowing them to morph and grow into whatever they were going to eventually grow to be one day. We know Finn has almost no ability to truly be bad, and that while he makes mistakes, they are generally with the best of intentions. Making himself a child, given the theory of godlike status, allowed him to grow and learn the ways of being. But by being something that no longer existed, gave him this unique way of trying to accept all things as they are, something grown adults usually have an extremely hard time doing, and allowed him to also seal away the images of his past, as it's shown kids who go through traumatic and immensely hard to deal with things can seal them in a mental vault for decades unless forced to dig them out until finally they realize what actually happened.